Hello everyone, I am so glad you came to the Developmental Stage channel today. How are you? How is life going? I hope everything is going well. I know that sometimes things are busy and sometimes we have a hard time feeling creative. But don't worry, today I will talk about some great brainstorming techniques to increase your creativity. Grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea, relax, and let's start exploring together. Brainstorming is a technique used to find creative ideas. Whether you do it individually or in a group, the aim is to free your mind and generate new ideas. This technique is usually used to find a solution to a problem or to start a project. The most important point, here we create a completely free space, away from criticism. Because sometimes the best ideas come from those we say, "Oh, what is this?" at the beginning. In fact, our biggest goal in brainstorming is to push the boundaries of our thoughts and develop different perspectives. Creativity is not something that is only specific to artists or writers. We all have the capacity to be creative. Developing creativity is only possible by creating the right environment. Brainstorming allows you to free your mind in a way. It helps you make connections between creative ideas and break away from common patterns. So how can we brainstorm more effectively? Here are some of the best techniques. Mind maps. Mind maps are a great way to visualize your thoughts. Pick a word, put it in the center, and write all the related words that come to mind around it. This will start your brain making different connections. You can use this technique not only for creative ideas, but also for planning and organization. Mind maps are a great way to bring your ideas together and make connections between them. 6 Thinking Hats Technique. This technique was developed by Edward de Bono and helps you evaluate an idea from different perspectives. Identify 6 different perspectives to see different aspects of your idea: positive, negative, creative, analytical, emotional, and controlling. In this way, you evaluate an idea from all perspectives, not just one. Putting aside your own perspective and seeing different perspectives will give you new and creative ideas. Reverse brainstorming. When using this technique, think about what you shouldn't do, not what you can do. Without realizing it, sometimes eliminating wrong paths can help you find the right path. Reverse brainstorming allows you to think solution-oriented. In other words, it becomes easier to reach the right path after finding the wrong ones. This technique is especially effective in problem-solving processes. Random stimulus technique. Choose a book, a photo, or a random word and generate new ideas by connecting it to your problem. The purpose of this technique is to get rid of the ways of thinking we are accustomed to. If your mind is blocked at some point, you can use a completely random stimulus to make your mind work in a different direction. This is a very effective method to trigger your creativity. Group brainstorming. You don't have to do brainstorming alone. If you form a group and share your ideas, you can have a broader perspective. Group work allows richer ideas to emerge with different perspectives. Communication and collaboration accelerate your creative processes. In group brainstorming, everyone's idea should be equally valuable, and no one should share their idea without being criticized. Time-limited brainstorming. Sometimes, limiting the time for thinking can also trigger creativity. By setting a certain time limit for yourself, you can speed up the idea generation process. Time pressure encourages faster thinking and unusual ideas. You can use this technique especially when looking for urgent solutions. There are some points to be careful about when brainstorming. One of the biggest mistakes is to criticize ideas right away. Our brain does not like to be blocked while being creative. That's why it is very important not to evaluate ideas at the first stage of brainstorming. Another is not being flexible enough. Sometimes it is best to look at it from a different perspective. If you are stuck on an idea, step back a little and think from another perspective. And remember, you don't have to think only logically. The best ideas sometimes come from the most absurd ones. Brainstorming is also a great tool for personal development. Increasing your creativity can be beneficial not only at work, but also in your daily life. Learning new things every day, gaining different perspectives, and of course using your imagination without limits will always keep your mind active. I hope these techniques inspire you and help you take your creativity one step further. Don't forget to write your favorite brainstorming technique in the comments. See you in the next video. Goodbye.